Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercut!
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Jabjab Show. Now today I'm reviewing the movie Logan. Just like to say, yes, it's been a little while since I've uploaded a cinema review to the channel. I've not been able to do much at the cinema, watching many films for a little while, hence, there's a little bit of a gap. I did watch this film with another film, did a double header, so I got, this review for Logan and a few other reviews, and that'll come out, as and when very soon. Okay, so here we go. Logan's directed by James Mangold, who directed the previous Wolverine film, The Wolverine. So, really, should this film be called The Wolverine? Maybe not, anyway. I'm just being daft. So James Mangold also has directed films like Girl Interrupted, Walk the Line and Copland. Okay, the film stars Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Stephen Merchant and Daphne Keane. That's how you say name anyway. So the story is, this is the future. This is set in 2029. Logan, or the Wolverine chap, he's looking after Professor X in a little hiding place, near the Mexican border. They're then forced out of this hiding place when there's an arrival of a new young mutant. They must then escape with this new mutant from a group of bad sods with staberific consequences. So when the first trailer came out and I watched it, I was kind of surprised how emotional it felt. The tone seemed to have taken of the film. This is with the Johnny Cash song "Hurt" in there. For me, it worked really well. Give it a really air of melancholy to it all, and plus this is widely noted as Hugh Jackman's last stab, if you will. And the Wolverine character, I was always going to watch the film, but because of these factors involved, my anticipation was very high. As I said, the story is set in 2029. Logan, when he's introduced, it's clear he's seen better days. He's a bit tired and he's drunk and whatever. He's now a limo driver, and he's woken up by a gang who's trying to steal a hubcap from his limo, and he comes out with a bit of an altercation with him, and then ensuing violence is very brutal and bloody and so forth, and it's really fun. It sets the tone for what's to follow. But it's not just snicked. No, this is more of a character study, probably more so than any of the other Wolverine films. And it's the first time you really see Wolverine with a lot of vulnerability about him. It just seems like life has been beating him down, as like I say, about the melancholy tone of it, and his healing powers not as it used to be. He's still got it where it counts, but everything seems a bit more of an effort. And if you've watched Wolverine and liked the character, and Hugh Jackman's portrayal and whatever, like me, all this together is quite effective, really. The same really goes for Patrick Stewart, with his portrayal of Xavier. It's clear to me that the two actors have put in a lot of time and effort and thought behind their respective characters, and now they've evolved and grown older and so forth into what you see on the screen. They're both hiding with a character called Caliban, who's this mutant who can look at other mutants and so on. He's played by Stephen Merchant, who I didn't know was going to be in the film. So when his name came up in the opening titles, I thought, that's odd. How has Stephen Merchant got to fit in? But no, I found it really good. He's I thought he was going to be a little scene or two where he's just turns up and says stuff, but no, he has a bigger role. He sets certain things in motion and so forth, and it's really good. It's a bit weird initially to see him because I know him best with his TV work. Ricky Gervais, The Office, and Extras and so forth. I know he's been in a film, Hall Pass, the Family Brothers film, a few years ago, and it's interesting to see how his career trajectory has moved away from Ricky Gervais. It's really good to see him in the film. So they live in a future where apparently there's no other mutants left, and there's no mutants being born for 25 years. And a little while later, Professor X does hint at a young mutant somewhere, and this coincides with there's a woman and child. They ask Logan to a lift to go to Canada, which he refuses. The girl in question is called Laura, and she happens to be the mutant Professor X has been talking about, and her very distance leads them to the lengthy cat mouse chase for a lot of the film. She's played by Daphne Keane, who's excellent in this. She's really brutal. She's more violent than say Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass films. I mean, it's less Kick-Ass. This girl would rather kick, punch, and stab you in the ass. I was surprised at the kind of violence that she brings to it, but considering how a character is and how she became who she became, it kind of makes sense. Put it this way, I'd think twice before asking her to do her homework. But despite all the acts of violence and so forth she brings, she's still very childlike and in a lot of ways. I mean, I especially like the scene when she's riding a mechanical horse outside her shop. So they want to get to a place called Eden, which is kind of a safe haven for mutants. And along the way, the three of them, they do develop and establish a kind of odd family dynamic between them. You know, the family is one of the themes that recurs throughout the film from Professor X. It's really nice to watch how they all kind of interact and so forth. And you know, like I say, it's more of a character study, this one. And you know, but when it's violent, it doesn't disappoint. There's a character that shows up at a certain point, and you know how they interact with Wolverine in particular. It did remind me of a certain Jean-Claude Van Damme film. I won't say the title of the film in case you know the film, and it kind of ruins the surprise, because I haven't expecting this character to show up, but when I do, and you know all the ensuing violence and all that, it's very fun. So overall, I felt pretty much everyone here did an excellent job. This is my favourite Wolverine film. It's very brutal, you know, more so than I expected, to be honest, you know. But at least you saw a proper berserker mode, and you know, it didn't go for the bloodless 12A, you know, because when people got metal claws and they do that, there will be blood. So you know, it's good to see that. But this is all countered nicely with nice character studies that are going on throughout, and I found it genuinely nice to see them develop a genuine bonding. And if this is the last time we see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, it's a really nice send off. So, I'm going to give the film Logan 9 Wolfram Jacks out of 10. Yes, this is my first 9 out of 10 film for this year. I did think back to, I reviewed a film called A Monster Calls a while back, and in hindsight I would have gave that 9 out of 10. So, you know, because I really love this film and I really love A Monster Calls, just to let you know. So, but what are your views on the film? Have you seen it? How would you rank it among all the X-Men and Wolverine, films that have been gone? Where would you put it? And also, if this is, if they do make another film with Wolverine in and Hugh Jackman is not returning, who would you have as Wolverine? Just let me know all down below in the comment section down there. Like, subscribe, and comment, and tell your friends and everything. And like the new Cyrus says, send the word.
9, 8, 7, 6,